listening. Today, I want to dive deeply into the idea of inner journeys, the peace that nature offers, making peace with ourselves, and how time passes through our lives. I'm Elora, and right now, I'm sitting on a bench in a park, surrounded by the gentle rustling of trees and the melodic songs of birds. Sometimes, escaping the noise of life is the only thing a person truly needs to rest their mind. Sitting here, in this silence, I feel how distant I am from the chaos of the world. It's almost as if, in this moment, the world exists at a different rhythm, one that is slower, more connected to the earth and to the very essence of being. This park, in its simplicity, reminds me that everything is in balance. The trees, the flowers, the wind, they are all connected, all part of a cycle. Just like us humans, it's so easy to forget that we are a part of nature, that we are not separate from it, but intrinsically woven into this fabric. And yet, we often live as though we are apart from it, as though we must fight against its natural rhythms to get through life. It's funny, isn't it, how often we ignore the very thing that could give us peace. We live in a world that constantly tells us to move faster, achieve more, do more, be more. And yet, in doing so, we lose the most important thing, our connection to the present, our ability to simply be. Sitting here, I realize how much I've been conditioned to overlook moments like this one, where I can simply exist, breathe, and listen to the wind, to the birds, to the distant hum of life happening around me. I didn't realize how much I needed this until I stopped and allowed myself to just be present in the moment. When I close my eyes, the sounds around me become more pronounced, more meaningful. The chirp of a bird, the rustling of the leaves, the soft whisper of the breeze. They start to weave together into a kind of symphony, a harmony that reminds me of the beauty of life's simplest moments. It's interesting how the world can feel so overwhelming sometimes. We get caught up in the rush of life, in the pressures, the expectations, the constant push forward. But in moments like this, it becomes clear that life doesn't need to be rushed. It doesn't need to be filled with noise. It doesn't need to be filled with everything. Sometimes, it just needs to be quiet. It needs to slow down and breathe. And that's what nature offers us. A space to slow down. A space to breathe. A space to just be. I think many of us are afraid of stillness. We're afraid of silence. We're afraid of being alone with our thoughts. But ironically, it is in those moments of stillness that we can hear ourselves most clearly. It is in silence that we reconnect with who we are, what we need, and what we truly desire. As I sit here, I think about the trees. They stand so tall, so grounded, and yet they've endured years of growth. They didn't rush to get here. Maybe this is what we need more of in our lives. More time to simply sit, to breathe, to listen, to slow down and reconnect with ourselves and with the world around us. Maybe we need to give ourselves permission to pause, to rest, to grow at our own pace, and to trust that in time, everything will unfold exactly as it's meant to. So, as I sit here, listening to the sounds of the park, I invite you to take a moment for yourself, to close your eyes, Take a deep breath and just be. Be present. Be aware. Be still. Let the world around you wash over you. Let it calm your mind and soothe your soul. Let it remind you that you don't need to rush. You don't need to have all the answers right now. Everything will come in its own time. Thank you, everyone, for sharing this moment with me, for allowing me to speak these words and to remind myself and hopefully remind you that the most important thing is to be present, to be at peace, and to trust the journey, no matter how slow it may seem. Take a moment for yourself today. Let the world slow down around you. And remember, you are exactly where you need to be.